Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Morning Light. This is a 2008 sports documentary type thing. It's listed as a film. It is, I guess, it's sort of treated like a film, but it's not scripted. So I really should have changed it to. I have red color coding for reality and documentaries and things like that. But yeah, it's not like National Geographic or Disney Nature in that sense. It is an hour and 39 minutes, and it follows the crew, this brand new crew of young men and one woman, or two women, but one only makes the cut. There's like 15 of them, and only 11 can make the cut in this Transpac race, sailboat race from Long Beach, California, all the way to the Hawaiian Islands, and it's a grueling, like, almost 2 weeks on the water in some of the most remote, in actually the most remote area away from land on any point on the globe. So it's the middle of the Pacific Ocean. There's a stretch between Hawaii and Long Beach, California, where you can't get further away from land. It's just massively desolate. And if you are in a sailboat and there's no wind, guess what? You aren't moving very much. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. And so the thing is, Roy E. Disney, this is an actual real Disney connection to this. Roy used to do this when he was younger, and in some later years. He passed away actually about a year after this was released. In 2009, he died. So this is probably one of his last, I think, appearances in something Disney related. But he kind of, from what I understand, I guess he sort of is a backer, sponsor kind of for this boat. There's a bunch of guys that put together a crew of newbies, basically. Some who have never actually done this kind of sailing before, this kind of long-term race kind of sailing. They train them for 6 months, and they figure out who makes the cut of the original 11, and then there's 4 in reserve just in case something happens. And yeah, it's a humongous team effort. You get to see these people. It's basically 10 guys and one girl who actually make the final cut of the actual racing team, and yeah, it becomes a little intense. And then other times the wind gets knocked out of their sails, and you think, well, there's no chance they have in this race. I'm not going to ruin it for you whether they win or lose, but it is certainly, they're going up against the best. They're going up against especially another team of seasoned Transpac, Trans-Pacific sailors. Sailors, yeah. They have, these guys are twice their age at least, and they've been doing this for a long time. And are they going to let these kids, beat them? You only get to see a little bit from them. They do interview some of the guys from that boat. I mean, there's dozens of boats that are in this, but they really focus on this one boat which has a chance of beating everybody, and these kids who are the focus of the film. Now, and there's points where you only see them in their boat, the Morning Light, for a majority of the time, and then every once in a while, or at least for one period of time, they meet up with the rival boat, the guys who are in the lead, and it gets pretty close. It gets really dodgy for a while. There's some kind of a little bit of drama here and there. It's not entirely terribly exciting, but I mean, when it comes to, if you like reality shows, if you like kind of drama, they don't actually overdo the drama. Thankfully, they don't. I mean, each of the kids. When I say kids, I mean the youngest is 18. Most of them are like 21. Each of them had their own little diary, which they have read, verbatim from their notes after the fact. So you get to hear them. They're not actors. They're not actors. They're not exactly professional speakers like myself. They do their thing. They explain how they feel about all these things, and the kind of emotions and conflicts, and it's fairly dry compared to, you know, the stuff you maybe get with the Kardashians or something. So yeah, it's not exploitative. It doesn't seem like that. So many. That's one of the things I hate about reality shows is that I've seen reality shows filmed. I know they're not real. Reality shows are the least real thing in Hollywood. Thankfully, this is not treated as such. So that's one of the reasons why I kept it as a movie as compared to a reality slash documentary kind of thing. Even though documentary is technically what it is, it's not necessarily educational, except in helping you understand that this is a thing that exists, more than birding like we had the other day. It's actually a very physical, grueling, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually kind of adventure, kind of sport. And yeah, I mean, they have to ration their food, they have to ration their sleep time, they have to ration everything over a period of about 2 weeks. And you know, there's, you know, maybe if you don't keep up, that might be longer. If if you do it too fast, you burn out. There's all sorts of things that take into consideration when you're doing this, and so it was been more interesting than I thought it would be. But it's, yeah, I think you'd have to really be into sailing or being on the ocean to really get into this. So if that's your thing, obviously this is one you might get a kick out of this. It's, like I said, it took place in 2007. This really was released in 2008. So it's got an interesting score. Well, score. It's, when I say a soundtrack, there's so many music of the aughts, so much pop rock, pop punk kind of music here and there. It's kind of, it's a little bit of a throwback musically. So if you're interested in reliving some of the music from that era, this will do it for you while you see people on a boat at night, day and night. Honestly, they don't stop for anything. They keep on sailing non-stop for almost 2 weeks. It's insane. So yeah, that's all I really got to say. It's interesting enough, but it's not the kind of thing I'm ever going to go back and go, oh my gosh, I need to watch that again. And at the end, by the way, you get to see where they went from there. A lot of them went off to college or started businesses, or some don't do sailing professionally anymore. Some, that's all they do. They do stuff revolving around sailing. Some of them never imagined that they'd be doing something like this from the start of this thing, and it changed who they were in a sense that sailing is very much their lives, and others not so much. But yeah, it's left a huge impact on at least a number of them that you see mentioned in this. So let's pick tomorrow's episode.
225.
Okay, 225, 225, 225. Oh, we just missed a whole stack of shorts. But we've got a sequel, and we've already seen the original, so we're getting more dog stuff. We're getting more dog adventures. This one's, of course, not a comedy. It does not star a Chihuahua, as far as I can tell. But we are getting Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco. I think they talk in this one. I don't know about their lips moving. Yeah, I hope it's not moving, talking mouths. As I said the other day. Was it yesterday? No. It was the other day. Yeah. God, they're all running together. I hate animal movies where their mouths have to move. Unless they're already animated. But anyway. Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.